This is a quick video for the Intro to or Programming Fundamentals course showing how to build your very first Java program. What you're looking at on my screen right now is a program called Netbeans. So you can see up here in the top, it's called Netbeans. It's an integrated development environment. So you can see it says IDE. And what that means is that there's a lot of different ways that you can compile and build programs. Any text editor will do. A very popular one is called Notepad++. And in here, I can actually look at my programs. It'll color code things. It has a lot of nice little tools in it, but I can't run my programs in this. If I want to use this to build my programs, what I actually will have to do is go to command line and then compile it and get another file, and then I have to run that file. So it's really nice to work in an integrated development environment. The two most popular ones for Java are typically Netbeans, which is made by Oracle, same company that builds Java, or there's an open source one that's called Eclipse. And Eclipse has a lot of nice features in it, especially if you want to start doing Android development. You can just use some plugins and start building things for Android. Let's take a look at what we've got here in our environment. So if you go up to the top, I'm going to say, let's build a new project here. So new project. And I'm going to choose a Java application. And for our first project, I'm going to call it Hello World. And I've built a few of these, so I'm going to call it Hello World 5. And when this comes up, what you'll see in this main part of the screen here is a default template. So in this template, you can see they've got some comments at the top that if you want to change the template, they give you instructions on how to do it. Let's just delete that for now. When it says package Hello World 5, the IDE doesn't know how big of a program we're going to build or not build. It's designing it so that we can actually put a lot of different source files together. That's where this package concept comes into play. And you can see here we have semicolon and then an asterisk. So in Java, whenever you do that, or you put two slashes together, what it does is it creates a comment. And a comment means we can add regular English words to describe what we're building. And the compiler won't look at that when it comes to actually building the bytecode. When it goes to compile our code, it won't read the comments. They're only for humans. So we'll just leave my name in here. This first thing here, where it says public class. So everything in Java is a type of class. It's sort of a way to look at it is to think of we're building a template for things. And in Java, we call those a class. So we're building the template for a program called Hello World 5. And here's another comment the template puts in. It says if you've got any command line arguments, you can put them in here. We don't have any for this program. So this is our class. This is defining our class. And you can see here we have an opening bracket and a closing bracket. And what's really nice about most text editors is if I go on one side of the bracket, I can see the closing side. A common programming mistake is that you only put an opening or only a closing, or you have the wrong amount of brackets. So it's always nice to see the start and finish. And I usually like to add a comment that says, this is end of the class. And this here, this definition is defining the main method. So we're saying it's public, so anything can call it outside of here. Static is a little beyond the scope of the course at this point, but what it basically means is we don't need an instance of our class to call this method. Void means this method won't return anything to whatever called it because it's the main method. This is usually where the program starts. And the name of the method is right here. It's called main. So let's write some code in here. So I'm going to say system. And when I do that, I'm using the pre-existing class for system. And you can see the IDE has brought up several options for us. So system.error, system.in, system.out. And there's a lot of pre-existing methods here. And what this means is where do we want the system to write to? So do we want to write to an error stream? Do we want to read from an input stream, for instance, from a keyboard or from a disk drive? Or do we want to output it to a screen or a printer? So since we just want to write something to the screen, I'm going to say out. And then what options are available to us? Well, we can do a lot of different things when writing to the screen, but I'm just going to say print because I just want to write a simple thing to the screen. So now every time I call any method, I have to have an opening bracket and a closing bracket. And in the middle are what's called arguments. And the arguments are things that we want to pass to our method. So in this case, I just want to pass a string in. So I'm going to put some quotes here, and I'm going to say, hello world, I wrote a Java program. So that's our argument right here. Okay, so we're passing that string of words into the print method. So now to run this, I have a lot of options. I can go to the run menu up top here and say run the project, run the file, or I can click on the green arrow, or you can also just push F6 and they'll all do the same thing. So what it's going to do now is it's going to compile my program, and down here I can see the output that it would write to the screen, and it just says, hello world, I wrote a Java program. So there you have it, a little bit about the Netbeans IDE, Integrated Development Environment, and a very simple little program to display some words to the screen. I hope that helps, and I'll see you in class.